Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd. It is 6:23 right now. Market's gonna open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. One last thing. And it looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Link sent out. All right, looks like we are good to go. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start market liquidity over here. All right, going down to the 30-minute, down to the 15, down to the 10-minute, back down to the 1 minute. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side today, it looks like. So, all right, guys, got everything here pretty much marked up for the most part. That looks good. This is really much of a expansion. One section range, one manipulation. And we'll see what happens over here. All right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, October 2nd. It is 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. So I'll have the breakout directions sent in the premium chat on the Zoom in about a few moments. In about 2 minutes, I'll have the direction posted on there. So we'll see what happens here shortly. We got market opening up in about 2 minutes now, guys. So in about a minute, I'll have the direction of the breakout posted in the Zoom chat. So if you guys are in the Zoom, make sure to check out for that. If you guys don't want to take the breakout, it's fine, guys. You don't have to take the breakout, right? If you want to just take the market flow V2s, you can take that. But yeah, we're gonna have the direction sent in the chat shortly. Jamie's asking, what do I have for bottom liquidity? It's right here. So bottom liquidity is right here at 42,407. This one's at 42,374, 327, 292, and 286. All right, guys. So I just posted the direction of the breakout. Breakout is going to come out in about 50 seconds. All right, guys, we got 30 seconds till the breakout. Got about 20 seconds till the breakout. We got breakout in about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breakout. So the breakout for today was for a sell, guys.
Order filled.
See right there. See parameters are at 16 mark. All right, parameters are set. Set alert right here. Oh, full TP already. So I don't really need to set the parameters because I already hit full TP right there. So there goes the breakout, guys. Full TP right there. And it played out perfect. So New York session, we're on a win streak now for the breakout. There we go. No drawdown, literally straight to TP. All right, guys, great work right there. If you guys took it, pretty sure everybody took it. So nice win again right there for the breakout, 100 points. Now we will continue to look for entry for market flow V2s. So easy win right there, guys. This breakout's nice. It's nice, right? This is one trade and then straight to TP like that. All right, so there goes that right there. I'm gonna take a screenshot of my accounts. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of my personal account. So you'll see my personal account is like slightly in the red just because of fees. That's only because I didn't take the trade yesterday. So it's just commissions and whatnot from yesterday, but you'll see over here. If you guys remember, I forgot to update my data for my personal account, so I screwed up. But I feel like every week there's a screw up for me. I'm gonna try to do less scripts for myself, but we had the full TP yesterday and just need to copy over to my personal account. So here are my profits from that trade. You guys can see here, everything is done live. I took the trade right here, told you guys the direction for a sell in the Zoom chat. We took that right there for a full TP. There goes all of my accounts right here. So all of my Apex accounts right here, I locked in 1,470. And then for my personal account, locked in 1,380. Unfortunately, I was only off by a little bit. So it's just slightly in the red because I didn't take the trade yesterday. You can see my overall profits for the week are very high right here. And we did great. Yeah, definitely. Barack said done for the day. Thank you, Sean. Definitely, Barack. Good profits right there for a nice for a nice 10 seconds of trading, right? Because it happens so quickly. This is how the breakouts are supposed to be. They're supposed to hit right away. So, this is a good market for the breakout because there's some volatility in direction. Last week was kind of choppy because it was going back and forth. We were holding on to it for a long period of time, but this week's been pretty good. So there goes liquidity right there as well. As you guys can see, liquidity right here got hit. So if you guys took the liquidity above, that got hit for a full TP. I'm gonna clean that up. That's 10 points. And then again down here, liquidity got hit for a full TP. I don't know if you caught those, Jamie, because I know you typically look for those liquidity moves. And then this one right here, full TP as well. Very solid. And then again down here, another liquidity for full TP. Yeah, Jason said, now that's a sweet breakout. Yeah, no, definitely. That's exactly what we were looking for, guys. See, all my data research is paying off because I did so much data research on that breakout to make sure that it works proper. Long term, it works well. Works perfectly well. So I'm gonna keep applying it. Um, yeah, that's just, that's just how it works for the most part. So I'll keep doing some more testing. You guys saw from my model for that we're currently applying right now works perfect. So I'm gonna keep doing it and we'll go from there. Also, like the reason why the sell here looks so good was because I mentioned right when we got onto the live session that there was a ton of liquidity on the bottom side, right? So I knew that was gonna come get hit eventually, and it just went hand in hand with our breakout entry. So, but yeah, perfect. So yeah, Jamie took the sells for the liquidity. She's done for the day. William took the liquidity for the sell as well. Done for the day. Nice work. Max took 2 trades, 30 points for the day. He's done for the day. Uh, Oscar as well. Oscar said thanks, Sean, going back to work. So Oscar took his breakout, full TP, done for the day. Vincent caught it, and all the rest of you guys here as well. So nice work, guys. If you guys have any profits to post up, feel free to post them up in the chat. Like I said, when you post some profits here, it really brings up your confidence. Like Jamie over here, she's been posting her profits every day. Before, she didn't really post very many profits, but now that she's posting profits and she's funded, it just continues, right? So Jamie posted her profits today. She made 2,169 and then 3,988 on her second account. Total profit of well over 5,000. So Jamie started posting her profits. She's been killing it every day. So like right here, profits, right here, her profits. Every day she's making about like 3 to 5,000. Right here, she made 2,000. And you can see because it says her name on there. Every single day, Jamie posts her profits. So, you gotta manifest it, guys. If you want to win, you gotta post your wins because that's why. Look, you can see here, Jamie's been posting her wins every single day. She's pretty much manifesting it every day. She posts her wins and she's like, I'm gonna win tomorrow. I'm gonna win the next day. I'm gonna win the next day, and every day she posts wins. So I'm telling you, it's a psychological thing. If you don't post wins, you're not gonna believe that you're winning, and if you post wins, then you're gonna believe that next day is gonna be another good day. It might not be a good day, but you're gonna have the confidence to take the trade the next day. And that's why for me, I post all my trades, whether the wins or losses. It's all good. I'm here to for the long run. So these are my profits from today, and these are my profits from yesterday, and my profits before that, etc. Of course, some days I'm gonna have losses, but this keeps me in line. It keeps you in line with your goals. So let's see. Max at all counts passed the payout profit target again. Need to trade 3 more days and going to flip 2. Nice work, Max. Perfect. Solid work right there. All right, guys, it's 6:36 right now. It's getting closer to 7 o'clock. So, or sorry, not 7 o'clock, 6:40. So as we get closer to 6:40, I'll mark up the market flow entries. We had news this morning at 5:15. It was ADP employment change, positive news. So I'll mark that up over here. We had news this morning at 5:15. Which it wasn't really a big candle, but it was like, yeah, it wasn't a big candle at all. So there goes the news candle from this morning. We have the Fed speaking over here at 7:05. It's a weird time. And then we have gas stock change. So we don't really have much stuff going on today. We have gas stock change at 7:30. And then we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, we got market flows coming up in about 2 to 3 minutes. Or I'll add up my profits real quick. So my profits over here, I'm just going to estimate it. So like 455 times 21. So I made 30,555 for the day. I just got the average of it. So like my first account here, I got 1,470. My second one got 1,455, and then the rest were 1,395. I mean, I guess I could do the exact. So here, if you want to do the exact number, 1,395 times 18 plus 1,470 plus 1,455 plus 1,380. So a total profit of 29,415. It's pretty much about the same. So those are my profits for the day. And then for the week so far, pretty good too. So, all right, there goes that. Some profits over here from Stanley. Nice work, Stanley. So Stanley finally got his PA account. And I know Stanley over here is kind of complaining about Apex. He's not going to be complaining once he gets those payouts. So I'm telling you, Stanley, once you get those payouts, it's smooth. I know doing the challenge is hard, but like once you get the payouts, you're going to like Apex because you could have like 20 accounts. So nice work, Stanley over here. He locked in 281. So you think about that, Stanley, or 285, you know, you do 285 times 20, that's 5,700 with like one trade. So you just got to put it into perspective, Stanley. I know the challenge eval sucks, but once you get to that PA stage, it's nice because you can start taking less risk. I mean, you could keep on taking more risk if you like, but you can also take less risk and not really have to worry about it. So, all right, guys, we got market getting to the yeah, exactly. Stanley says 50K is super easy to pass. That's what I was saying. It's in levels. So like the 50K is super easy. The 150K is a little harder, but the 300K is like it's like out of this. It's different. It's way too hard for especially for you because you haven't been trading on Apex for a while. So the 300K is like super hard to do. But I mean, you'll get the hang of it. You'll start to understand the tricks. Yeah, Rashida said she likes the 250K. I think that's a good sweet spot too. If the 300K is a little too much, the 250 is a good sweet spot. I had 250s back when they had the first promo because back then it was only the 250s, and I'm glad that they incorporated all the bigger accounts. Yeah, Max said his sweet spot is a 150. Yeah, everybody has their sweet spot. Just stick to whatever your sweet spot is, guys. Like whatever you're comfortable with, and you should be good. All right, so if you guys are looking for a market flow V2, guys, the entry is going to be right here at the 370 mark, or sorry, actually up here. No, we'll leave it at 370. So the 370 mark is going to be the entry point for the market flow V2. Again, if you guys want to take it for the bigger move, you can do the 30 stop loss 60 TP, or you can do the 30-30 1-to-1. Or if you just want to get in and out very quickly, which is like what I personally prefer, you can do a 10-30. It's just really up to your preference, guys. If you guys like to hold those bigger trades, feel free to take the bigger position. If you want to take a smaller one, take the 30-30. If you want to take an even smaller one, take the 10-30. The 10-30 is odds of the 10-30 hitting are very, very likely because you're just in and out very quickly. You could either hit this once for 60 points, you can hit this twice for 60 points, or you can hit this 6 times for 60 points. They're all going to kind of they're all going to end up in the same place at some point. So like, I mean, if you want to take more trades, take the 10 points. If you want to take a little less trades, take the 30 points. If you want to take just one big trade, take the 60 points. But your odds of winning the trade are going to be a lot less likely the higher you go. So entry is going to be right here at the 370 mark, guys. It's probably going to move down to the 360 at some point. The only problem here is if we get down to the 360, I wouldn't take it on the 60-point move because we have the sessions down here, right? So you got some red flags right here. So it'd be a little tricky to take a 60-point move if you go down a little lower. So if you go down a little lower right here, you're gonna have to cut into the sessions. So it's just up to preference. Again, the entry is still gonna be up here. We can bring it down to the 360 if you like. So there's two entry points right here. It's either the 360 if you want to take it a little bit of a riskier move, or if you want to take something that's a little more safer, it's going to be up here at the 370. If price continues to drop lower, then it's going to be moved down to the 360 anyways. So right here, 42,360 is going to be the pending limit order for a sell. So that's where you put your sell limit. Again, depending on your preference, you can go for the big move, the medium move, or the smaller move. For me personally, I would always go for the smaller move. That's just my trading style. I like to go for the low-hanging fruit. I like to get in and out very quickly, and then I like to just keep hitting it as many times as I can. But again, it's just up to your preference, guys. Whatever you guys feel like doing. All right, so entry is going to be right here at the 360 mark. So if you guys want to enter right there, it'd be like right there at the 360 mark. Again, like for the bigger move, I wouldn't really recommend it. It's now filled. So if you took this here for the 10 points, the 10 points is currently running. So if this comes back down below this line, that's a full TP for the 10 points. I wouldn't take it on the big move because you can see down here, there's the sessions. So I wouldn't really mess with that. Price is coming down right here. Looks like the TP already hit here for the 10 points. So if you took it for 10 points, full TP right there. There you go, full TP on the 10 points. So if you took the 10 points, like I said earlier, full TP. And then if you took it for the 30 points, looks like it's coming down a full TP right now. So for the 10 points, it would have to come down lower. If you want to hit it again, you can get back in right here, but there's a pending buy signal. So I probably would just stop taking entries at this point. So see how the buy signals come up? The 10 points over here already hit TP. So at that point, you could either get back in for another, to hit it one more time. Looks like it's going to hit again right there. It just filled if you took it. And then another full TP right there. So two back-to-back wins right there for the 10 points. The 60 points is still running and the 30 points is still running. But like I said, because the sessions is down here, I wouldn't take the bigger move because you get caught up in this manipulation. So the 10 points hit twice already. There's now a pending buy signal. If this buy signal closes, you're supposed to close out for a small loss, right? So this candle is going to close in about 10 seconds. If it closes, I would close out for a small loss. Otherwise, if you want to keep hitting it, feel free to get back in again at the same price point right there, 360 on the next candle. So again, right there, it filled again. But again, there's a buy signal that's pending, so I wouldn't really mess with it. For me personally, I'm giving you guys the pros and cons. I'm giving you guys both sides of the coin, right? I'm telling you why it's risky, and I'm telling you if you want to take the risk, you can take the risk here. But and again, full TP right there for the 10 points. So now the 10 points is hit about 3 times. This is my preference. I would prefer to take it for 10 points and just get in and out very quickly than to hold on to these bigger positions, because you can see over here at this point the position is starting to get a little iffy because we're getting that buy signal that's coming up. So again, right here, same situation. If you want to re-enter again, you can, but I would prefer to just stop at this point. So the bigger moves are still running, but there's a pending buy signal. So in order for me to take another entry, I would look for price to come down slightly, retrace back up, and then I'll look for some more entries there. But right here, I'm not taking any more because price needs to break below the pivots anyways. So there's no more entries here available until price comes below the pivots. Again, right here, price is now coming back below. So we're looking for that pattern again here. Come down below, retrace, come down below, retrace, etc. All right. And this was bound to happen. See how this green candle is coming up? And this green buy signal. So this was bound to happen. We had the pending buy signal coming up right there, and that's what I was trying to warn you guys about. So in order for you to look for some more entries, you need price to come back below the pivots. You need price to come below here and then come back down. Otherwise, now that we have a buy signal, you can now look for price to come above in that direction. Let's see, William said price is pushing up. Well, I wonder if there will be a BB3. Yeah, possibly right here, William. Well, the BB3 actually came up already right here on open. So there might be another BB3 there back to open. The first one was actually right here. So the actual BB3 happened right here. There's a sell signal, red candle following it. So this was the actual BB3 for 50 points. Like if you're just to take the actual breakout, that'd be the actual breakout. And then the continuation would be right here. The only problem is that it's right at the sessions, right? That's where it's going to be a little bit of an issue, because if you're going to take a trade here, you're going to have to take a trade after the sessions. Like if it came up above here, I'd be okay with it because it would bounce off and go up higher. But breaking through it right here is kind of tricky because it just might fake out from here. If you want to take it, feel free. Next target's going to be the opening price right here. So if it does push up higher, target price point is going to be opening price right there, back to open. So if you're taking this right here as a BB3, guys, looks like it's already running, probably already hit TP. Yeah. If you took it for 10 points right there, full TP. If you took it for 30 points, still running. If you took it for 15 points, full TP. So if you took a 15, 10, there's a bunch of different criteria that you can use for your TP stop loss, guys. It's just up to preference, right? I'll give you guys a different criteria if you guys want it. There's the first one is 1030, of course. That's going to be like the easiest one to hit because it's 10 points. The second one is going to be 1515, of course. That hit. If you want to go for a bigger move, 30 would be the next one. That's still running. There's just a lot of different criteria here. Yeah, William said got it. He took the BB3. Loves it, definitely. Nice work, William. I know you're the one person who really likes to take those BB3s and they play out perfectly for you. Yeah, Rashida said 50K is easy, but it sucks when getting paid out. It's hard to build cushion and getting consistent payout. You would have to skip some. Yeah, and I agree with you too, Rashida. That's why I didn't like it initially because it took forever to build the account. And it just got annoying sometimes because you have to use smaller contract sizes and you want to go bigger, but you can't. Stanley said he did the pre-allocation, but doesn't see how to set the contract size. So when you set it to pre-allocation, Stanley, or take a screenshot of your copier and I'll if you want to post it in the chat, you can, or if you want to post it privately, you can, and I'll actually let me see, you did send it to me. Let me check the chat real quick. Discord chat. Screenshot's kind of small. I don't know if I can see it. Yeah. So right there under pre-allocation. So see right there where that line's at? That's where you put your contract size. So right under that second box where it says pre-allocation, you put 5 right there. That's where you would put your contract size. So like, for example, if you're executing on your PA account, but then your other account is a 300K, you can put whatever contract size you want to take on that one right there. So that little box, when you click on that, just put whatever number you want to take, and that's going to set up your contract size for that copier account. All right, so full TP right here for the breakout. If you guys took it for 10 points, full TP. If you took it for 15, full TP. If you took it for 30, full TP. All full TPs here for the breakout V3 continuation. So again, guys, there's a lot of different entries that are coming up here. If you guys want to take a market flow V2, we have those setting up right here as well. Price is above the sessions. So again, you want price to kind of climb up a little bit, retrace down, and then shoot back up higher. The target price point here is going to be opening price. We just don't have the entry here yet. So we got the sessions right here. We need these pivots to push up a bit higher because they're a little too low where they're currently at sitting right now. All right, let's go to our clean chart. This is a huge range. You guys see over here? This range is pretty huge. So let me go over here real quick and I'll mark up the range. You guys can see how perfect price respects the range right here. Came down exactly to the whole number, 300. Let's go to the SR zones. Or actually, so these are the SR zones we drew yesterday. I drew these yesterday. These are the 10-minute zones. And it looks like price respected them perfectly. It's kind of crazy how accurate they were. I didn't even touch this. So these are the same SR zones I drew from yesterday's live session. And then price came back and it respected it perfectly. This is why it's important that you guys have different analysis with different tools because these zones are going to show you the bigger picture, right? If you turn the SR zones over here, well, I marked them up on the 10-minute. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to mark it up on the higher time frames, like the 10-minute here. There's more here actually. So I'm going to leave these alone because I think these zones are perfect from yesterday. What I'm starting to notice here is that the zones are actually better if you mark them up a day prior. So if you go a day before, these zones here actually are perfect. So, I mean, it's not always going to be that way, but you can see here, if you had these zones marked up, you know exactly where price was going to go. It's crazy because I had this here from yesterday, and when market opened right here, it rejected directly off that zone. So that's pretty interesting. So I think I'll do that. We'll do that moving forward. So I think what we'll do is I'll go a day prior on the 10-minute time frame. I'll see if the zones are still in the same area. If the zones are not in the same area, we'll mark up the new zones, of course. But if they are, it's pretty crazy because it lines up exactly how it played out today. Like it went exactly to this point, and it went exactly to this point right here, the bounce. So I will I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, back to our clean chart over here. So here's our main chart. If this sell signal here closes, you're not going to be able to take any buys. You have to wait a little bit. for another buy signal. Looks like the volatility here is starting to die down. This is pretty much expected as we get closer to 7 o'clock. This is why I don't trade after 7. ATR is currently at 34 right now, so it's pretty decent. We got price pushing back up. All right, if you guys are looking to take some market flow V2s, the entry is going to happen. I would take it at the lower one right here at the 460 mark. I would take it right there at the 460. If it keeps climbing up higher, it's going to be here at the 470. So you're just going to slowly move it higher. Right now, it's still at the 460. We'll move it up to the 470 at some point. Stanley said, does it adjust based on the ATM strategy? What do you mean by that, Stanley? So your ATM strategy is going to, like your copier accounts do whatever your main account does. So whatever your ATM strategy is for your main account, it's going to do on your copier accounts. So it doesn't really change. Like whatever you, unless you're talking about something else. So by your ATM strategy, you mean like does the TP stop loss change? Because it does. So like basically whatever your main account does, if you so say for example you get into a position and then you adjust your TP stop loss, it's going to do the same thing on your copier accounts. So basically you don't that stuff doesn't really matter because whatever happens on your main account, it's going to exit on your copier accounts. So let's see. Stanley said, for example, 5 contracts on B2 and 10 contracts on breakout. Oh no, so it doesn't adjust. Whatever you set there, whatever number you set there, that's going to be what the contract size is always going to be. So it doesn't adjust with it. Whatever you put there, that's the set contract size. So what it means by pre-allocation is that like you're pretty much setting it to that contract size. So you'd have to go back to your copier and then change it. That's the main reason why I switched, like, because before I had different contracts, well, different account sizes. I had a 50K, I had a 150K, I had a 250K, and a 300K. That's why it becomes an issue because when you're trying to copy your trades quickly, you have to change your contract size. So for me, I was like, I might as well just get all 300K accounts because it's such a hassle to go back and change them. So yeah, unfortunately you can't. That'd be nice if you could do that. You technically can. So if you wanted to do that, you can do ratios, but it's gonna at that point it becomes a little more complicated. So if you go to your function for ratios, you can do like that would actually be the way that you'd want to do it. So say for example, if you're doing, it's harder when you're doing like a totally different contract size, account size. But if you're doing like, say for example, a 150K and then a 300K, you could just do a half ratio. So that would just take half your contract size on the 150K accounts. But since you're doing a 50K, it's a little more complicated. Let's see, for yours, like you have to do like if there's an equation to it. So you'd have to figure out like what percentage of your contract size that you would want to take. So like for example, like you said, if you're taking a 10 on your 300K and then you're taking a 5 on your 50K, it's easy because you just put 0.5 ratio, you're doing half of it. But if you're doing something where it's like 30% of it or 40% of it, you have to do the math. It just becomes really complicated, Stanley. So I wouldn't do that because if you could easily blow your account if you put it in the wrong number. But in the future, if you want to do it, you can use ratios. So if you drop down to that method, there's another option called ratio, and you'll just put a percentage of like whatever contract size you want to use on there. Like if you want to use 30% of like what your 300K is doing, you could put a 0.30 ratio, and then it'll automatically figure out whatever contract size you need to take to be 30% of that. All right, guys, there's no entries here right now. It's getting closer to 7 o'clock. Price finally reached the target right here, which is opening price. And then see where this ends up going. Man, my allergies are killing me right now. This weather change is crazy. If you guys are here in California, we have a heat wave this week. Started yesterday. All right, so if you guys are looking for a market flow V2, guys, the entry is going to be right here at the 480 mark. So it's currently filled right now. If it pushes back up, it's going to be a TP. All right, so I'm not really, well, I'm not in this position, of course, but it's too close to 7 o'clock, so I pretty much would be done trading at this point. Like I wouldn't take any trades. It's too close to 7 o'clock where the volatility starts to die down. But again, the position is still running if you guys are taking it. I just didn't really feel comfortable taking this here. And this again is another reason why we don't trade after 7 or around 7. So it's 7 o'clock right now, guys. This is where the market starts to move kind of funky. If you guys are just joining, we only took one official trade for the day. So the only trade that I took for the day was the breakout, this one over here, and here are my profits from the breakout. I didn't take any of the market flow entries. Like I said before, I'm still waiting to see if the market's going to be consistent like this. I think the volatility might just be high because it's NFP week, so I don't want to jump into the market flow entries at this moment. But if it continues to move consistently like this, or I get out of the breakout, within whatever time period. Like if I get out of the breakout within the first couple minutes, like today was perfect. It hit within the first minute or so. Yesterday was perfect. It hit within the first 10 minutes or so. Same with Monday, right? It went within the first couple minutes. Those are fine. If that continues to happen, then we can continue to take, or I can continue to take the breakout plus market flows. But if it happens like this, so last week, this trade ran until 11 o'clock. So this thing was, this thing ran too long. So there was no way I could take the market flow. As you guys know, with the Apex rules, you can't really stack positions. So if I'm already in a position with Apex, I can't add another one on it because that will be considered like it'd be a DCA rule violation. So I got to stick to one for right now. So for this week, I'm going to continue taking the breakouts. And then next week, if the breakouts continue to hit early on, like they're supposed to, then I will start to look for market flow V2s. But I'll continue marking them up. I'm not going to take them on my account because I don't want to trigger anything with the other thing I don't want to trigger. So it might be a problem. The other thing that might be an issue is that I might run into some issues with the consistency rule because the profits can be way different compared to the breakout. So like for the breakout today, I took one trade, made 1,470. And then if I start taking the scalps, I'm going to be making like 300 per trade. So it might not trigger the consistency rule. Here, let's just do the math real quick. So 1,500 divided by, let's say 250. Or sorry, the other way. 250 divided by, yeah, it might screw with the consistency rule. So I don't even know if I can take it on the same account. I might have to open a different account to take the scalps or the market flow because the consistency rules here it might get triggered because you're doing like a 16% of like what you normally would make. I would normally make 1,500, and if I'm taking scalps, it might be an issue. So like, for example, if I lose a trade for 1,500 for the breakout, and then I start taking the scalps and I'm making like 250, I'm not sure if the consistency rule is based off end of day or if it's by trade. Because if it's by trade, yeah, it's gonna be an issue. Let's see. Rashida said my copier did some weird stuff this morning. It reversed my position on one account. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's never happened to me before. Rashida, you're using NinjaTrader, right? Are you using ratios or are you using which method are you using? Because that's happened to me before, but it was because I was on ratios. So if you were on ratios, then yeah, it's kind of it's sometimes it makes that like that happens. If you're on exact quantity, it shouldn't happen. So hopefully that was a one-time thing and it doesn't happen again because yeah, that's kind of scary if it goes the opposite way. William said, bloody hell, this candle, I did take that BB3 to the downside for a quick 10 points. I'm telling you, it's BB3 season. Yeah, the thing with with these entries, like what William mentioned, is that some strategies they just have the shelf life for like certain strategies, they last longer than others. Like there's certain time periods, like when the volatility is high like this, where the strategies work very well. Like William said, there's a BV3 that happened right here that was a full TP, another BV3 right here that hit full TP, and another BV3 right here that hit full TP. It was three back-to-back BV3s right here, and they all hit full TPs. This red one, this green one, and this red one right here. So just find a strategy that you guys like to apply and then test it. If it works, then it's probably in season right now. The thing with strategies is that it depends on the market conditions. Like right now, the volatility is pretty high, so the breakouts are hitting pretty smoothly and they're hitting pretty quickly. Same with like the BB3s. These strategies work very well during a volatile market. The summer market's pretty slow, so it wasn't really coming up as often, but for the most part, it's been pretty smooth. So yeah, definitely. Nice work, William, on catching that there. Thanks, Nikki. Nikki said the Fed's going to speak right now, actually, 7:05. It's kind of a weird time for the Fed to speak, 7:05, like exactly at 7:05. But yeah, the Fed is speaking right now. So we got Fed Musalium or Musalem. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Fed Musalem or Muslium. He's speaking right now. It's probably going to cover this stuff. This is NFP week, so the Fed's going to be speaking pretty much every day this week just to discuss the stuff that's going to be coming out tomorrow. So tomorrow is a big news day. Tomorrow we have initial jobless claims 4-week average, continuing jobless claims, S&P Global Services PMI, inflation news, composite PMI, services PMI, factory orders. We got a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow, and then of course the Fed speaking as well. So we got a Fed member speaking pretty much every day. Later today at 7:30, we have gas stock change. This happens every Wednesday, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just gas stock change. And then Friday, of course, we have NFP, the big day. So tomorrow and Friday are going to be the big days, of course. We have inflation news, jobs news, and then Friday, of course, the biggest one of them all, NFP. So let's see if there's anything else here. Adam said if it's easier for you, just take one contract, set the sim account as your lead account, then put your number of contracts as you want as your ratio. Yeah, no, exactly. Adam's 100% right. That's probably the easier way to do it as well. It's a logical way to do it, right, Adam? I didn't even think about that. Adam has good ideas. Like before when you mentioned Adam about putting the pending order and then just dragging it on your screen, like that was genius. I was like, I didn't even think about doing that. So yeah, if you guys have any, I feel like Adam has the answers to a lot of things if you're looking for something specific. But that's a good idea, Adam. Thanks for the input on that. Let's see. So Visual said forget Apex, new kids on the block, fast track trading and trader 5 when you have one-to-one drawdown right ratio. So I do want to try fast track once they get on Ninja Trader. So I've been following fast track for a long time now. It's been like ever since they started up. I've been following them for a while. Once they allow for Ninja Trader accounts, then I'll definitely buy like 20 accounts from them. They're pretty expensive. I think they're like 1,000 something each, but they're straight to like there's no eval phase. So yeah, once they allow for Ninja Trader, I'm gonna be hopping on there as well. I'll let you guys know how they are. They've been pretty solid for the most part from what I've heard. The only problem is that I don't like Rhythmic and I don't use Rhythmic, so I can't trade with them, at least not yet. Or, what might be the case is maybe I'll open an account with them and then I'll just trade the scalps with Fast Track. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I've been waiting for them to release Ninja and or Tradeovate, one of those options. So they say that they have Tradeovate coming out. The only problem with that is that I'm not sure if they're referring to Tradeovate as an actual Tradeovate where you can link into NinjaTrader or if it's just Tradeovate by itself. Because if that's the case, then it's not going to work out for me. I need them to be on NinjaTrader. I think Tradeify as well. They might be on Rhythmic only as well. Yeah, because I'm doing all my stuff on Ninja, so it's hard. Like I can't copy my trades unless they're on Ninja. And I'm already getting payouts with Apex, so it's like I might as well just stick with them for now until something better comes along, of course. But yeah, no, I'm on that boat with you too, Visual. I'm looking for other options out there. So once they finally get that new stuff, I think this week or this month they're supposed to release credit card processing, which is a big plus. And then they said Tradeovate. I'm hoping they mean Tradeovate as in like I can add into my Ninja, because that would be game changer for sure. Yeah, and I say just need the market to feel the same. All right, guys. So the market here is pretty slow. You can see the volatility here pretty much died down. This is why I don't trade after 7 o'clock. Usually my trading window is between, well, the breakout happens usually right away. And then for the market flow V2s, I usually only take them between 6:40 and 7 o'clock, right? Those are the two times that I usually trade between, because you can see over here, now that we've hit 7 o'clock, the volatility has just died down a lot. There's just nothing here to take. You can see the range here where price kind of just bounces around. So I'll mark up some more zones over here. We got one zone right there. We got one zone right here. So looking at this right here, this is basically where price is currently ranging from. We have this huge range down here. The big range is down here, of course, but the smaller range where price is currently bouncing from is right within this area. So, yep, you're just kind of watching this here bounce around. So here's my zones from yesterday again. See how price is respecting these areas? So it's respecting this zone right here, and it's respecting this zone down here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn off my laptop. I don't want to make any dumb mistakes like I tend to do sometimes. So my NinjaTrader is closed down for the day, guys. Close out my laptop. And we'll continue looking for some opportunities here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll look for some more market flow V2s here. As I said, the volatility is kind of dying down a little bit, so it might be tough to look for entries. But if we do get a buy signal here, we'll be looking for price to push up, retrace, and climb up higher. Again, in order for us to take these market flow V2s, you want price to be flowing, right? You want market flow to be going in a direction. That's why it's called market flow, because you want price to flow in a direction. If price flows to the downside, that's perfect. It comes down, retraces up. You take your entry right there with your pending order, hit your TP, price comes down again, retraces up, and then you do the same thing again right there. So that's for the downside. And then of course, for the upside, you want the same thing, just in the opposite direction. So you want price and market to be flowing in a direction. So you want price to flow up, retrace, put your pending order down there, let that hit, let price come up, retrace, put your pending order waiting down there, and then let it hit, of course, right? Pretty simple. That's what we're looking for here. We just don't have that yet. So we're looking for that buy signal. Once that buy signal comes up, we're looking for it to push up. If that buy signal doesn't come up and price comes below, that's completely fine. We'll look for market flow to the downside. So it doesn't matter which direction price goes. We just need some sort of direction here. Let's see. Abraham said, I usually use top step manual lock out to not FOMO and mess up profits. Yeah, that's one of the key features on Top Step that a lot of people like. So if you have an issue with FOMO or revenge trading or making mistakes like that, then yeah, Top Step is a good option. For me, I just cold turkey it, right? I just close my laptop, so there's no way for me to actually make that mistake. But yeah, if you're still on the computer, like for example, if you're trading on the same platform, for me, luckily I have two computers. So I have one computer where I execute my trades. When I'm done trading, I just close that out. And if I want to keep analyzing like I do with you guys here, I can analyze on my trading view, but I don't exactly enter any trades on here. So yeah, that's a plus for certain traders who have that issue, which is, I mean, for the most part, almost everybody. I think that's one of the biggest arguing points for Top Step. It's really just having that trade mentor there, not a real trade mentor, but the ability to lock yourself out. Sometimes you need that, but here's the thing: if you're on, so you can actually do the same thing on NinjaTrader. I was trying to explain that to somebody who was on Top Step. They were like arguing with me about it, and I said you can do the same thing on, you can actually do the same thing on Tradeovate too. So if you guys haven't seen it, there's an option on Tradeovate where you can go into your settings and you can lock yourself out. I think it's just available to everything now. Once Top Step came out with it, all the other companies just they followed through. They just ended up copying what they did because that's like one of the big features that a lot of people like to use. But you can do it on Tradeovate as well. You just have to go into your settings and then you can set risk there where it automatically locks you out if you lose a certain amount. For myself on my NinjaTrader, so for my personal account on NinjaTrader, you can do it as well. So like for me, if I lose more than 1,500, my account's locked out. And since I'm executing all my trades on my personal account, I can't execute anything else because then nothing can copy it if my personal account can't trade it. All right, guys, looking over here at the ATR, the ATR is starting to drop quite a bit. It was at like 35 earlier. It went down to 30. It's now at 26. This shows you that the volatility is starting to die down tremendously. So just keep an eye out for the ATR here. I mean, you can see it on the chart here. There's no direction. You know, price just keeps going sideways. But the ATR here is going to show you that it's really not moving as it gets lower and lower and lower. So just something to keep in mind, guys. I will continue looking here. But at this very moment, there's just nothing here for us to take. So we will continue watching. So if you guys are just joining us for the live session, we have only taken one official trade for the day, guys, which is a breakout. So I know some of you guys joined in a little late. If you guys want to take the breakout, just get on the live session early enough, right? Breakout happens at 6:30 a.m. This is the only trade we took. We took this here, obviously hit the breakout, and that's where I made my profits right over here. Just one trade. And then looking over here at our team profits, we got Jonathan. He locked in 480 for the day. Nice work, Jonathan. All wins. And then we have Kip here with some massive profits, 1,832, basically per account. So here's all of Kip's PA accounts. Kip locked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll just say 20. I don't even need to do the math. He did 20 there, so 1,800 times 20. 36,000 for the day. Nice work, Kip. It's always good to see Kip on here killing it. Hopefully the rest of the guys are doing well too. I haven't seen a lot of the other guys in a while. Yeah, that's the thing with trading, guys. The thing with trading is that like it's not easy for everyone to kind of be on all the time. And if you guys have been part of the group for a while, you guys have seen people come and go. They'll leave for a while, return for a while, leave for a while, return for a while. The thing with me is like I've never really left because I can't leave. If I leave, like this whole group would fall apart, right? So yeah, I mean that's part of the trading game. Some people are here sometimes, some people aren't. I know some of you guys have been asking about certain people who used to be in the group like more often or they were more active in the group. There's a lot of people who are still active in the group, but they just don't want to teach people. Like, you know, same situation as me. I haven't taught in a couple of years. There's some people who were in the group before that were mentoring and they just don't want to mentor anymore. So they're just kind of doing their own thing. They're trading and they're on this live session, but they're not really active because they don't want people asking them questions, which I mean sucks, but you can only imagine if your DM is getting hit up all day, every day, it does get a little much. Yeah, Daniel said where's Sisuk been? That was probably one person I was referring to. I don't know. Honestly, I have small talk with Sisuk here and there. I know he's trading. He's just not on here. He's like Yeah, I know he still has joke around in the chat. I know he's around. He's just not in the chat anymore. He's not like popping into the chat and talking as much as he used to. I know he's on these live sessions. Like I know who comes into these live sessions because I can see your name come up on my screen. So whenever someone jumps into the Zoom chat or the Zoom in general, I see your name when you guys come in. So Sisu is here. He's just not talking. So he's trading and he's doing his own thing, but he's just not talking in the chat. I think he just got kind of tired of mentoring people as well. So he's just like under the radar for the most part. Yeah, CJ said he comes and goes like a ninja. Yeah, that's literally how it is. It's how it is with him. Yeah, the only person that I kind of see here sometimes is Kip. Kip's like one of the main persons that I see on here. Maddie's not around right now. He's like he has his own barber shop now, so he's like or his barber studio, so he's busy with that. He probably still trades on his own, but he just doesn't have time to come on here and and be active like he used to. So, all right, let's see if there's anything else here. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Again, if you guys can see here, there's nothing going on. Price is just going sideways. You can't really see here as clear, but if you go to the clean chart, you can see over here that there's not really too much to work with. Or on the SR chart, actually, you can see here that price is still bouncing between the SR zones. Yeah, Kenny said, I come and go. I usually listen to music while I trade. Yeah, no, exactly, Kenny. Some people have that, like everybody has their own routine. Some people like to listen to music when they trade. Some people like complete silence. Some people like listening to my voice. I know a lot of you guys here just like listening to my analysis. I hear that a lot. A lot of people just like to tune into the live sessions to hear my analysis. And then usually if it lines up with theirs, it gives them like that extra confidence boost to take the entry. So again, looking at this right here, guys, price is still bouncing between the sessions. I mean, not the sessions, the zones. And there's not really much going on. The ATR here is still pretty low. I'm going to make some adjustments to this ATR as well. Oh, it's already changed. Okay. So the ATR is currently at 25. It's pretty low right now. I mean, it's not that low. It's lower than usual. Low would be considered below 15. Right now, it's lower than what it typically is around this time of the year. Let's see, Kenny said, yeah, but you can unlock it yourself. Top Step won't unlock until the next session. Yeah. Like so Kenny was talking about like the ability to lock your account. Yeah, you gotta have some self-control still. If you're gonna do it yourself, that's why for me, I just close out my laptop. Once my laptop is closed, I know it's closed for the day. I'm not gonna reopen it because it's just too much of it's a lot of work for me to reopen my laptop. I have to I have to open it, log in, then I have to log into my NinjaTrader, and then I have to set up my NinjaTrader. It's just a whole process to set up my laptop that once my laptop's closed, I know it's done. Like I'm done trading for that day. But a lot of people don't have that self-control, right? Especially if you have that gambling mentality, which sucks. That a lot of people do have that gambling mentality where you just don't have self-control. I've seen people do that before too. It's crazy. People will blow an account, they'll go right back, buy another account, blow the account again, and then buy it again all in the same day. There was someone in this group, I'm not going to mention them, but yeah, they bought like, and they like reached out to me. They're like, bro, I can't control myself. So like we traded in the morning. They Stanley said me. Stanley's another one then. But yeah, it's a common thing. There is somebody who like and he's still here in the group, so I'm not going to mention him. And then he understands that it's a real problem. He took a breakout, but he did it wrong. Like he used a small stop, like he went too big on contract size. So even though the breakout won, he lost the trade. So he's like went back and then he just reset the account. And then he took another trade with the scalps, and then he did the same thing. He took too big of a contract size, and then he reset the account again. So I think he did like 4 or 5 resets within like 30 minutes. And then I was like, bro, you just need to like step away because at this point You're just burning money. So I'm sure this has happened to a lot of you guys. It's a common issue. It's just having that gambling mindset where you're like, you just want to get it back. And because the resets are so cheap, people are just like, you think it's easy to, but it adds up. So like once you do like 5 resets, you're like in the hole like a couple $100. And at that point, it's like, okay, you got to really step away. So like I've told you guys in the past, if you don't feel comfortable or if you feel like nervous or you feel kind of like your hands get all sweaty and you start sweating and you start to get like chills, then just walk away from your computer, right? Take a step away, go take a walk or something, and then come back because you can't trade when you're high on emotions like that. Because you'll just end up revenge trading and FOMO trading, and it never ends well. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that ever end well for anybody. You might get lucky. Like what happens with a lot of people is you'll lose a trade, you'll revenge trade and you'll win, and then you'll have that false sense of confidence. So you revenge trade, you win, you revenge trade again and you win, and then you just keep doing these mistakes, and then eventually your account gets blown by the end of the day. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, Abraham said, I used to trade with you back in 2021, past 100K, but the prop firm closed in Canada. That one was a scam. Was it MFF? I forgot what they were called. I just know them by their acronym. My Forex funds, that's what they were called. Yeah, MFF. They were a scam. And Abraham said he passed with our breakout trades back in the day. Yeah, this is why I like coming back to the breakouts. I feel like the breakouts are a staple for us. As long as I can find the pattern in the market. So, for example, we have the breakouts that we're taking right now. It's very similar to what we were taking back then. It's just for these breakouts, um, they happen like right on open. So a recurring theme that we've kind of gone through over the years is usually once the market starts to kind of move in a direction or if it starts to move very volatile, the breakouts start to look like good entries. The good thing with the breakouts that we're taking now is that I've done a lot of testing. So you guys have seen my spreadsheet here, and you guys have access to the spreadsheet. If you want to look at my spreadsheet here, I do all the data on here. I basically went back 2 years of data from September 27, 2024. So basically a couple of days ago up until May of 2022. And I'm going to keep adding more data to this because the more data I have, the better I'll understand this breakout. So yeah, I mean, as long as I have the data to back up the entries, I'll stick to these types of entries because obviously they work. It's just a long-term game. Like I'm not looking to make like 100K in a day, maybe 100K in a week or 100K in a month, but not in a day, of course. Especially when the strategy is like at a 65% win rate, right? I mean, it's possible if you have a win. So like if you look over here at the spreadsheet, so September was actually a really good month. So if you look over here for September, and I'll just so we'll do like from August up until September, because that's basically a whole month's time. So like basically from August until September, if you're to add up just the profits from like late August, not even the full month of August, but so this is from August 26th up until September 27th. There's a couple losses here, but a lot of wins. It was a total profit of 1,200 points. So if I was to just take all the breakouts between August 26th up until September 27th, I take generally 3 contracts per trade times 100. So obviously I'm making 1,500 per trade there. So 3 times 5 times 1,200, that'd be 18,000 per account, right? 18,000 per account times 20 accounts or 21 accounts with my personal. That's 378,000 within a month's time. So this is from August 26th up until September 27th. That's basically a full month of trading. And that's how much profit I could yield. So that's why, it's a long-term game. All my trading styles and all my trading strategies and stuff like that, it's a long-term game. You're not there to make a bunch of profit in one day. But long term, if that's 1 month, that's like pretty crazy. Obviously, this could be a fluke, like this could just be 1 month. But realistically, if you're to do this times 12 months, it's a lot of profit right there that can be made. So, and I'll be scaling my personal account, so it's just a long-term game for me. A lot of the profits will just get transferred over to my personal account, and then from there, I'll scale up my contract size. So yeah, that's why I'm so like focused on the breakout because if I can just take a breakout once every day and it yields as much profit as it did last month, then I'll be a pretty happy trader, of course, because we're like obviously we're gonna make a lot of money that way. Um, Other than that, guys, all right, 7:30 right now. We're getting closer and closer to 8 o'clock. As you guys can see, the volatility here hasn't really picked up. It's actually getting lower. It's down to 22 now. So I'll hang out for a little bit longer. If there's nothing here that happens, which I'm not expecting much to happen, then we'll just wrap it up a little early today. Because I don't want you guys to FOMO or revenge trade into anything. It's just, there's no need for it because we have a whole 2 more days ahead of us. We have Thursday and Friday for NFP, and this is just not the type of market to really be trading in, unless you're trading the fake outs. So if you are trading the fake outs, you can do that. You can look for price of fake out outside, put your pending order just waiting right there. And then as soon as it comes back up, ride that back into the range. Same with this right here. Price pushes out this area, look for it to fake out, come back in, and then ride that back into the range. Let's see. Jonathan said breakouts in 2021 were good too, but applied different. Yeah. So the breakouts in 2021 were that was the original breakout entry. That one was like or I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Jonathan, because we had the big one. So we had the big one that was going for 1,500 pips. We used to do that with the 10-minute time frame. That was like around COVID time. We did that, and then also the other breakout was the one that actually happened on open. Like for example, here we'd have a strong red candle with a sell signal, and then if that confirmed that it was a strong candle, we would have entered like like right there, right? For the confirmation, you go for like 50 points. So there's a lot of different breakouts that you guys can take. There's the original breakout, there's the breakout V3, there's a breakout V2, there's this breakout, which is momentum breakout on open. They're all pretty much the same. It's just the difference between them is the entry points. Like for us, now we're getting in right at open, while the other ones we get in after a confirmation. So yeah, I remember that was like, yeah, if you guys remember like Rick back in the day, Rick used to take that entry like his cup of coffee, like blood pressure be through the roof. Because that strategy was like it was good, but when it was like very volatile, like people would be tripping out because it was so fast. And you couldn't miss it. Like if you missed it, you missed it. So I think that strategy is still pretty good. The only problem is that like it just would happen too fast and then it would be super risky. Yeah, exactly. Rashida said, I love that OG, but had to walk away because it had me stressed. Yeah, that strategy, I think that was a first breakout where a lot of people passed a lot of their challenges. It was it was a good strategy. It was just like it would stress people out. It would stress me out because what would happen is the entry would fill and then price would just go all over the place. Like it would fill and then you'd see the price spike back and forth like this. It was nice when it would just go straight down. So that breakout it used to just go down and then straight to its direction. Um, yeah, that was a fun breakout. It was a fun breakout, but it was like super stressful. Everybody was like the chat was always going crazy because people would always like second guess it, or some people would do the opposite. And it was just it was just crazy in the chat every day. And I didn't like trading that way. Like I feel like my heart was gonna drop every time we took that breakout because there's no set parameters for it. It was kind of like it was based off subjectivity. Yeah, CJ said MFF traumatized me. I side-eye every company with those initials. Same here, CJ. 100%. Yeah, it's ironic because there's another futures company. It's like My Funded Futures. So instead of My Funded Forex, it's now My Funded Futures. I'm not sure if it's run by the same company or the same owner, but yeah, it's ironic that they decided to come out with the same exact name. All right, guys, so there's not really too much going on here. The gas stock change news just came out right here at 7:30. Let's check the news real quick. The news was mixed. Yeah, it was mixed. So gas stock change over here is positive. Oil stock change was negative. And the news happened right at the session. So it's a double manipulated area right there. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up for the day. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we're just gonna wrap this up. There's not really much here to take. I mean, the volatility is picking back up a little bit, but it's not really that smooth. I think it's probably gonna sit within this range here. If you guys want to take the fake out, you can look out for that fake out here. Probably close above and come back down. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen here. See, William took another BB3. Nice work, William. So William said, oh yes, 25 points on this BB3. He's gotten two of them for a day. Cash money, definitely. So William over here caught the BB3. A little tricky because it was right at the sessions, but he took it for 25 points. So he took it right here, buy signal, green candle to follow it. Went for 25 points. Full TP right there. Nice work, William. Yeah, a little risky because right at the session. So if the sessions wasn't there, you probably wouldn't get this like fake out right here, right? Because price got to the sessions, it came down a little bit and then it came right back up. So yeah, that was a nice intro. Let's see. Stanley said mentoring session this week. So no mentoring session this week, Stanley, but I can just the BB3 is like super, super simple. I think it's even on the website. Let me go check real quick to see if it's on there. If it's not, I'll explain it to you real quick because it's not, it's probably like one of the easiest strategies that you can do. So you don't really need to like be walked through with it. And I can even show you some examples right now. Let me check the course real quick. I don't even know which strategies are on here as much because we haven't updated in a while. Yeah, so if you go over to module 5, here, I'll pull it up for you over here, Stanley. I just wanted to make sure that it was on here. All right, so here's the course right here. If you go down to module 5, it's right here. It's 5.1, breakout V3 continuation. It depends on like which one you're looking to take because there's two of them. You can either take the actual breakout or the breakout V3 continuation. Continuation, they're the same thing. It's just the difference is your TP stop loss will be like slightly different. So all these videos right here cover the strategy, but I'll show you an example real quick. It's not a very difficult strategy at all. So we'll just start here. So market open right here at 6:30, right? We get a sell signal right here, right? So once you get a sell signal, you're just looking for another red candle. It's basically a confirmation. You're getting a confirmation of momentum. So that's why it's called breakout V3 continuation because you're following the breakout after the momentum candle. So there's a sell signal right here. There's a red candle right after, right there. Once that candle closes, as long as it's red, that's where your entry is going to be. William is doing a different TP stop loss. It's just up to your preference what you want to do. For this right here, the volatility is super high, right? It was like at 42 points. So if you wanted to take something like this, I'd probably go off the ATR. So 42, 42, full TP right there. If you want to go for the regular 1030, you can do that. I mean, it doesn't matter. They both work. So you go for 1030. William over here is using 25, 25. Again, it's just what you feel like using. The same concept is the same. It's just whatever your TP stop loss, it's going to vary depending on the entry. So there goes an example right there. Sell signal, red candle following it, and then you just take that right there. Yeah, Rashida said she takes him with 25, 25 as well. And all four of them hit in the direction. So there goes an example right there. And then looking right here again, we're looking for now a buy signal. So you're looking for a buy signal here. There goes the buy signal, right? And then you got the green candle right there. Same thing. So you take that again right there. As soon as that candle closes, you just enter for 25, 25. This is at a red flag, so it's up to you. Again, it's up to you whether you want to take trades at red flags. I don't take trades at red flags, but William's been taking them and Rashida's been taking them, and they work pretty decent. So right here again, same situation. You would let the trade run, full TP again right there, 25.25. So there's another example. Another one right here again, same thing. So sell signal, red candle. It also depends on like if you want to look for the trend. So when you watch the videos here, Stanley, there's going to be different criteria. So like depending on how often you want to take them, you can either take everyone that comes up or you can take the ones that are like really confirmed. But again, same situation here, 25.25, full TP again right there, same thing. And then the one that William just took right now, that green candle. So the buy signal right there, or not yet actually. This one is a buy signal, but there's no green candle. So there's no entry there for a breakout V3 continuation. Again, right here, there's one. This one's kind of tricky because this candle closed very small. But again, if you wanted to take that one there, same concept. Probably wouldn't have taken this one because it was like that candle was so small. You'd have to wait for the candle to close, so you probably would have skipped that one because it was so tight. But again, right here, same situation, buy signal of this green candle. Again, this one's a little small, so you might have not have taken this one. But the bigger the candle, the more obvious it'll be. And again, a full TP right there. Yeah, Williams, so the first one, he uses a 25-25, depending on how the candle moves. He'll move his target. Yeah, it's super simple, Stanley. And you can do it on different time frames too. So it's not just on the 1 minute. The 1 minute's obviously going to be the most accurate because it's going to happen more often. But I've seen people do it on like the 5 minute. So like if you do it on the 5 minute here, I don't think there's been any 5 minute entries. But I know Rashida likes to use this as a confluence. So she'll trade on the 1 minute, but she'll look on the 5 minute if there's like a confluence there. You just got to use all your tools to your advantage, right? Like if you see a pattern on the 5 minute and you go down to the 1 minute, then you can like trade within it, or even on the 10 minute. It's just up to preference. Like again, right here, here's the 10 minute. Obviously, this one's like a huge move. This one right here was a buy signal, a green candle. The ATR was like 42 right there. So this probably would have been taken for a bigger move, like maybe a 45-point move, especially because it was on a higher time frame. And you can see right there, it still works out pretty nice. So you got to play around with it, figure out what works for you. I've even seen some people trade it on like random, not random, but like weird time frames, like a 2 minute or even the 3 minute. 3 minutes actually a good time frame. A lot of people don't use a 3 minute, but it does work pretty well. So same thing right here again, same situation. Buy signal, green candle. Take that for a 30-30 maybe. Right there. So, all right, guys, 7:41 right now. I think this is going to be it for the session. I don't really see any much else happening here from now until 8 o'clock. You can see price is still within the range. Here's the SR chart. Yeah, it's a mess. So you guys can see here, it's a pretty big mess. Eventually, price is probably going to break out of here and continue climbing. Or if it comes below, it'll probably break below and continue climbing below. So if you want to keep trading, I'd probably wait for that to happen. But until then, I would probably just wrap it up for the day. So, all right, guys, if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in the chat. Otherwise, today we had one official trade, which was the breakout this morning. Went straight to TP with no drawdown. Here's my profit right here. So again, I'll add up my profits one last time so that you guys can see where I'm at. So 1395 times 18 plus 1470 plus 1455 plus 1380. I'm in profit 29,415 for the day. So there goes that. And let's see, Williams said live shot. So yeah, here's Williams' profits on that trade. Nice work, William. Went straight to his TP. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. We'll be back for that breakout and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, 2 more back to